Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Go Wild. Joining us again this week is Zoo Curator Joey Brown, and this week we'll be featuring the Jamaican iguana. The Jamaican iguana was thought to be extinct in 1940s but was rediscovered in 1990. Can you tell me more about this animal, Joey?
Yeah, so this is our endemic Jamaican iguana, so it's found nowhere else in the world. There's about 45 iguana species around the world, and the Jamaican iguana is the most endangered. You know, they thought it went extinct in the early 1900s, and then in 1990, there's this pig hunter, Edwin Duffus, was hunting pigs with his dog up in the Hellshire Hills, and his dog actually chased this giant lizard up a tree. He ended up catching it and bringing it down to Hope Zoo in Huey, and they found out that they're all astonished because it turned out to actually be a Jamaican iguana, this animal they thought went extinct. So starting then in the early 1990s, it began this awesome kind of conservation program to help protect and recover our precious Jamaican iguana. Pretty much what they found out, why it was almost extinct and why it was so threatened, was because of invasive species, which are animals that are not from Jamaica that are actually been introduced and living here. So the two biggest ones are the Indian mongoose and feral cats, really, that were eating all the iguana babies. So even though these guys may be reproducing, as soon as the babies are born, they're only a few inches long, they're getting eaten by these invasive species. Right now we're standing in front of our kind of Head Start facility, and that's basically this conservation effort to catch up all the babies in the wild and raise them up for 4 to 5 years. So that gives them time to grow bigger, stronger. They're about 2 feet in length. They're about almost 1 kg in weight. And then we reintroduce them back into the wild. And so at this new kind of stronger size, giving them that kind of head start on life, they're able to evade and get away from the cats and mongoose. Since the mid-90s when they started introducing them to today, we've now introduced over 550 iguanas back into the wild.
Tell me more about their diet.
So they are herbivores, so they're just eating fresh kind of plants and fruits. They get a nice fresh salad every day. So we have our own kind of organic farm here in the zoo, and they get a mixed salad of romaine, kale, bok choy, mixed in with some root vegetables, some pumpkin and carrot, and then they get some fruits on that papaya, banana as well. It's kind of expensive to maintain just because they need a very, very nutritious kind of diet on a daily basis. So in the wild, they're feeding on native fruits and plants and seeds of various trees. And so as they eat those fruits and seeds, fruits and plants, they're obviously running around the forest and they poop out those seeds, and it helps kind of disperse and spread forest growth. And then a really neat thing that they did some research several years ago, and they took kind of seeds that were just normally falling on the ground, and they took seeds from iguana poop, and they actually found the seeds from iguana poop germinate like 6 times faster. So not only do they help spread the forest growth, they're increasing the rate at which these plants germinate and grow. So that way they're kind of benefiting the whole ecosystem. They're helping out the birds, the snakes, the mammals.
Okay, what distinct features do they have that set them apart from other iguanas?
There's some iguanas that, physically by the body shape, they look fairly similar with like the heads and stuff. They do shed their skin like all lizards. And when they're freshly shed, they even kind of get this kind of almost striped pattern on their back. It's almost like a banding.
What kind of environment do they thrive in?
Okay, so they thrive in like the dry limestone forest along the south coast of Jamaica. Now today, they're only found in 10 square kilometers up in the Hellshire Hills, which is part of the Portland Bight Protected Area, and this is kind of dry forest limestone area. So what we have now is a baby Jamaican iguana. So this guy was hatched out last year, September 2021. So they come out of the egg, they're just a little bit smaller than this, and at that size, like we talked about earlier, they're very vulnerable to predators. You want to hold it? You want to touch it?
Sure.
Okay, so it's really easy. All you have to do is just hold him up here, and he's just going to rest on your hand. But you're left-handed or right-handed?
Right-handed.
Okay, so you just go like this. You're okay. You're okay. You don't have to squeeze him too hard. You just hold right up there. Just let him rest. Give him your fingers to rest on. You're okay. You're okay. You good? You just hold him like that. He'll rest. You don't have to squeeze him too hard. Okay. Oh, there you go.
Crawling out of my hand.
Yeah, he just wants to rest. Almost like your finger's like a little tree branch.
Okay,
See?
guys.
Good job. So once they just kind of want to rest like a tree branch, that's good. Not bad, right? You good. You good.
What are the future goals for the program?
So right now, we're head starting and reintroducing the iguanas back into Hellshire, but one of the best places that we're hoping to introduce them to is Great Goat Island, which is where they are normally found. And in recent years, Great Goat Island has been kind of designated as this is going to be this future wildlife reserve for Jamaica. And so eventually we want to start repopulating Great Goat Island with these Jamaican iguanas, but also with native bird species, you know, our yellow-billed parrots, black-billed parrots, you know, the Jamaican coney, which is our one endemic mammal, and even more other bird species as well. But if we can keep up our conservation efforts here at the zoo and protecting them in the wild, there's hopes that, you know, this species is going to be, this precious iguana that you love, is going to kind of continue to rebound, you know. And, you know, people obviously have a natural tendency to be fearful of reptiles and lizards in general, but these iguanas are actually, like most of them, they're just as afraid of us as we are of them. So, you know, if I were even try to approach one in the wild, they just run away and take off. You know, they're not going to try to come after us. So you really have nothing to be fearful about with these guys. And they're harmless, you know. So I love them. I think it's something. They are like this national icon in Jamaica. That, you know, this precious species is only found here. And I hope we continue to kind of get support from the country, from the government, to help, you know, help this species flourish.
Well, there you have it. Thanks for spending some time with us, getting to know more about this critically endangered species. Until next time, I am Kelsey.
I'm Joey.